Jnanena amakasakalpena dharmanyo gaganopaman Jnaya bhedena sambuddhaha tam vande Dvipadambaram. You might have heard an expression, an epithet, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When I was going through several books of ISKCON, International Society of Krishna Consciousness, there I have seen this epithet for Sri Krishna. Perhaps they take this to be the translation of the word Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Consciousness. When I was going through this word, Supreme Personality of Consciousness, just something came to my mind. How can we call Rama? If Krishna really called us the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then how can we call Sri Rama? That question came to my mind. And just a few things engulfed my mind. Where can I start? Yes, the word Godhead in the epithet, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, when it comes to the context of Rama, can be like mankind. This is interesting. Why Krishna is called as Godhead, and why Rama has to be mankind? If you ask this question, we need to see how the two epics start. How Bhagavata, which represents Krishna, starts. It starts with a Mangalacharana, a sloka, a prayer, a Lord, to the Lord. The shloka goes in this way, we all know, many of us may know this shloka. Janmadyasya yatonvayaditarataschartheshvabhignaswarat tene brahmahridaya adikavaye muhyanti yat surayaha tejovadi mridam yada vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. This is the first shloka of Bhagavata. Janmadi asya yataha means from him the world came. World's creation, sustenance and destruction are based on him. Anvayati itaratascha, evolution and reversion, both of them are from him. Artheshu abhigyaha, he is omniscient. Swarad, he is absolutely independent. And he gave the Veda to Brahmadeva, Hiranyagarbha, Tene Brahmahridaya Adikavaye. And such kind of Satyam Param Dhimahi, the supreme Param, Satyam, the supreme truth, that Bhagavan, we meditate, Satyam Param Dhimahi. That supreme truth, which is dwelling in its own abode, Dharma, Svena Sada, devoid of all blemishes, Nirasta Kuhakam, may we meditate on that supreme divine. This is the first shloka of Bhagavatam. And starting from the first shloka of Bhagavatam, we can see Krishna in that way. Probably the third chapter of Bhagavatam is describing various avatars. After describing these avatars, there is a shloka, Ete cha amshakalav pumsaha krishnastu bhagavan swayam. And this shloka is interpreted by the Gaudiya saints and the ISKCON saints as Krishna is the best among avatars, and Krishna is the one who comes in all other avatars like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. Krishna is the core who assumes a form of Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is a complete avatar. This is how normally this shloka is interpreted by Gaudiya tradition saints. So, for these reasons, when Krishna can be called, definitely this epithet Godhead is applicable to him. When it comes to Rama, well, I was thinking about what kind of epithet can be offered to him. Then this word came to my mind, mankind. Why? Because how the epic starts, how Ramayana starts, it starts in this way. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmatyascha kritagyascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha charitrena cha ko yuktaha sarvabhuteshu ko hitaha Vidwan kas samartascha kaschaika priyadarsanaha Atmavan ko jitakrodo dyutiman ko nasuyakaha Kasya bibhyati devascha jataroshasya sanyuge Yetadicchamyaham srotum param kautuhalam hime Maharshe tvam samarthosi nyatumevam vidam nanam Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan. The question, this is a question. Who is all virtuous in the world? Gunavan. And who is heroic? Ascha Viryavan. And who knows Dharma? Dharmagyascha. Kritagyascha, who is a man of gratitude. Satyavakyaha, who is truthful. Dridhavrataha, who is highly principled. Charitrena cha ko yuktaha, who is a man of character. Sarva bhuteshu kohitaha, who is universal well-wisher. Vidwan, who is wise. Kas samartascha, who has lot of abilities. And kascha eka priyadrasanaha, who sees all beings with the eye of love. Kascha eka priyadrasanaha. And who is a realized soul, atmavankaha. Jitakrodaha, who restrained the wrath. Ditimankaha, who is luminous, who is resplendent. Anasuyakaha, who is absolutely devoid of jealousy. Anasuyakaha. Please tell me about such a person. I want to know about him. This is how Valmiki's Ramayana starts. Therefore, Rama fits to have this epithet mankind. See, in these shlokas, nowhere it is told Rama is a creator or sustainer or destroyer, omnipotent, omniscient. Okay. Rama is the supreme God, Godhead. His words are not used to here. Okay. The word used here is naram. Yatum evam vidam naram. At least the word Narottama or Naravrishabha or Nareshwara can be used. Narottama means best among the humans. The word Narottama comes in many places in Valmiki's Ramayana. Naravrishabha also comes bull among humans. This is Naravrishabha. Narasreshta also comes. But in the beginning, when Valmiki is introducing the hero of the epic, he, I think, deliberately avoids using such expressions. He neither calls him as Narottama, Narasreshta, Naravrishabha, nor calls Rama as Bhagavan or Ishvara or Sarveshwara or Sarvajna, Sarvashakta, Sarvasmatpara. It's point blank. It's very black and white. The starting is not very attractive. Starting of Valmiki Ramayana is not very much attractive. When you go through Ramcharitamanas or Adhyatma Ramayana, the epic starts, even from the beginning it is theology. Okay. Who is the narrator? The great Lord Shiva. And who is the listener? Parvati Devi, the mother of the universe. And she had a doubt. Therefore she was asking question to Lord Shiva. What's the question? Oh Lord, we are considering you as Lord, but you are calling Rama as your Lord. See the status of Rama in Ramcharitamanas, in Adhyatma Ramayana. And such great Rama, whom you consider as your Lord, how can he cry missing Sita? This is a question asked by Parvati Devi. Then Lord Shiva explains so many things. Even though Ramchandra is Anama Arupa Achintya Aprameya Kutastha, even though Ram is nameless, formless, attributeless, Nirguna, Nirvikara, even though Rama is devoid of mutations, this missing Sita, crying for her, all these things are just enactions. These are all dramas. Okay. So that is how the epic starts with the theology in Manas or Adhyatma Ramayana. But when it comes to Valmiki's Ramayana, the beginning is not attractive. Even the introduction of an ordinary hero will not be like this. Sometimes when you go through some novel, how the hero comes in the beginning, even that kind of introduction is Valmiki is not giving to Rama. He deliberately calls him as Jnatumevam Vidam Dharam. Okay, Valmiki asks Narada, here the what to say, one who replies, one who questions, they may not be as great as Lord Shiva or Parvati. Okay, Maharshi Valmiki normally, whose avatar he is? And is he a Gotra Purusha? Valmiki Gotra, have you heard of this Gotra? Neither he is a Gotra Purusha, nor he is an avatar like Vyasaya, Vishnu-rupaya, Vyasa-rupaya, Vishnave. Even that standard he doesn't have. What is Valmiki? Who is Valmiki? If you ask this question, we have only one answer. What is the answer? Author of Ramayana. Ramayana defines him. He doesn't define Ramayana. Ramayana is very great because it is written by Valmiki. Nobody says. Nobody says. Mahabharata is very great because it is written by Vyasadeva, who is Narayana's incarnation. But here, Valmiki is very great because he wrote Ramayana. Valmiki, see, Ramayana defines Valmiki and it is not Valmiki who defines Ramayana. It's a very interesting thing, you see. Because except this, what else we know about Valmiki? All other stories came later. He is the author of Yoga Vasita, he is the author of Bhuta Ramayana, Ananda Ramayana. He was, he was a great robber. All these stories came only later. Historically speaking, if you ask the question who is Valmiki, the only answer we have is he is the author of Ramayana. Only this much answer we have. Something like Thiruvalluvar. So many stories may revolve around Thiruvalluvar. Correct? So many hearsay stories. He was born in Madurai, he was born in Valluvar Kottam. He was sitting somewhere in Mount Thomas and he was baptized by Saint Thomas. All these stories can come. Okay, regarding Thiruvalluvar. And he talks, he was empowered by Holy Ghost. All these stories may have. All these are created by us. Historically speaking, what you know about Tiruvallur, the author of Tirukkural does it. What makes Tiruvallur great? Tirukkural. What makes Valmiki great? Ramayana. Finished. So, that kind of Valmiki, who is neither taken to be a Gotra Purusha nor an Avatara, that kind of Valmiki, he is asking Narada these questions. He is not asking, please tell me something about Rama. Okay. He submits some 16 questions regarding human values in general and asks, I want to know about a person who has all these qualities. Then Narada brings Rama there. So what's the interest of Valmiki? Interest of Valmiki is to know about the person who has these 16 qualities. Narada brings Rama there. With all these things, the word mankind fits for Rama perfectly. So, the supreme personality of Godhead. Here, Godhead can be replaced with mankind, I can tell you. I am not telling that Rama is not God. Okay. Rama's godliness or godhood is as old as Valmiki. There are many researchers who try to tell you that Rama's godhood is inaugurated by Kamban or Tulsi, like that. But Rama's godhood, I don't know whether there is a word called godhood. I'm just using, please understand. Godhood. Okay, Rama's godness or godhood is as old as Ramayana's first author. Ramayana's first author is Valmiki. Valmiki clearly says Jagye Vishnu Sanatana, Vishnu came in the form of Rama. In few places he says, Bhavan Narayana Deva, Rama is Narayana. And doesn't stop that. Who is the second author of Ramayana? Vyasa. In Mahabharata you have Ramopakhyana Parva. There also Rama is taken to be Narayana. In my view, who can be the third author of Ramayana? In available literary works. In available literary works. Probably if you take Buddha, in Tripitaka, we have Dasaratha Jatakam. I think that alone doesn't talk about the godness of Rama, but it presents Rama as a great soul, Rama as a great repository of virtues. This is a Buddha also presents Rama. And Buddha also says, it's a very interesting thing, nobody knows all these things. Please go to Tripitaka and see that. The whole of Tripitaka is in the internet. In the chapter named Dasaratha Jatakam. Finally, at the end of the story, Buddha proclaims, whether you accept it or not, Buddha says, and I was Rama in my previous birth. This is what he says. This is why he concludes this Ramayana story. Okay. And next, Buddhism doesn't have Godhead. And to Buddhism, Buddha is ultimate. And in his scripture, Tripitakam, Buddha proclaims himself to be Rama in previous birth. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Valmiki, Vyasa, Buddha. Of course, Puranas. I've forgotten Puranas here. Almost all Puranas have Rama. They all see Rama as Narayana. Okay. And then you come to the regional literatures. Like first, Bhasa, a very important person. The oldest playwright of the world. The oldest available playwright of the world is Bhasa. Every great Sanskrit dramatist. Okay. Yesterday I went to Shakespeare's house. I was seeing that house. Some 3 or 4 dramatists, photographs are not photographs, paintings are kept there. One is from Spain, another one is from China. Why these pictures here? This is because they are as great as Shakespeare, therefore they kept it. But if China dramatist can come here in Shakespeare's house, if a Spanish dramatist can come here, what about the great matchless Kalidasa? He can suggest. Generally we don't suggest. A China person might have suggested to keep that painting there. Therefore it has come. I have forgotten the name. We generally don't do that. Okay. And everybody knows in the world, Kalidasa is equal to Shakespeare. Not only that, Kalidasa is at least minimum a millennium older than Shakespeare. A millennium older than Shakespeare had such an advanced stage drama performance in India. That Kalidasa who gave to us Shakuntalam, Meghadutam, Vikramaroshiyam, Malavikagnimitram, these dramas. Okay. A profound language, a classical language, Sanskritam. In that Sanskritam he gave these dramas. Okay, anyhow, Bhasa, I was talking about Bhasa who is older than Kalidasa. He also, in his Ramayana drama, Ramayana Nataka, portrays Rama as Narayana. So, don't think that it started with Kamban or Tulsidas. Okay. These are all very ancient writers, even before Kamban, Alvars. Alvars may be in between Bhasa and Kamban. Yeah. These great souls, they also see Rama as Narayana. Even Nayanmars see Rama as Narayana. They also talk about Rama, Nayanmars. So, all of these great souls and great poets, the tradition of seeing Rama as Narayana is as old as Valmiki, that we need to understand. Yet I am telling you, I know this, yet I am telling you, mankind is a very nice epithet for Rama. Valmiki, knowing that Rama as the Lord, Rama as Narayana, describes him as a human being. This is simply because of a poem of a great soul, Karpar Irama Viranayallal Matrum Karparo. Okay. We learn Rama. Learning Ramayana is different. Okay. Learning Ramayana means memorizing the verses of Ramayana, all those things. Learning Rama is different. Learning Rama means, he was telling, right? Our Shankarji was telling. In this context, how Rama must have behaved. Okay, now I am in management. When Rama faces this situation, how Rama would have behaved. This is learning Rama. This is what Nammadvar talks about. Karpar Irama Viranayallal Matrum Karparo. And Nammadvar brings another excellent, wonderful observation regarding Ramayana. The universal Lord, Narayana, thought that ordinary people should understand Dharma. To make them understand, it is not enough to give Dharma as a message. Through the Vedas, I have given Dharma as a message to the world. This is not enough. Let me come to the world as a human being and live the life of Dharma, so that people will have an example for Dharma forever. People will have an icon for Dharma. See, if some people come to me and complain, my children are not doing Sandhyavatana. I am asking him to do, I am telling him to do, but he is not doing. If you tell, he will not do, but if you do, he will do. Okay. If we are dharmic, our children will be naturally dharmic. Natural, because they learn what we do. They don't learn what we talk. Therefore, we should have a very great responsibility. Even a rowdy wishes his son not to become rowdy. Correct? That kind of desire every father has. Whether I am cultured or not, whether I am civilized or not, my son should be cultured. that tendency any father has. But unless we are cultured, at least to impart culture to our children, we should learn culture. That's a very important thing. So, even the great Apostolpa says, I am prescribing these dharmas by seeing the life of the ideals, the role models. This is what he says in Apostolpa Dharma Sutra. There you understand the significance of an icon or role model or an ideal person. Bhagavan thought about it. Yes, as a message I gave Dharma to the world in the form of Veda. Now I shall come as a role model or icon or ideal to the world so that the people can get benefited by following Dharma. In this way, Bhagavan Narayana came to the world and worked hard. This is Nammalvar's words. Patadana Padupattu in India, but also in Thailand, for example. Why the kings are called as Ramas in Thailand? Rama 1, Rama 2, Rama 3, Rama 4. If you go to King's Palace in Thailand, you see what a wonderful painting of the whole of Ramayana in Thailand. From Ramkhian. Ramkhian is Ramayana in Thai language. Okay. With every detail, the painting is given in Thailand. When I went to Thailand and saw that palace, I was wonderstruck. Frankly telling, such kind of paintings I have never seen in India also. I am not exaggerating. Please go and see that you can understand. What's the uniqueness of the painting? Every minute detail is painted. I think some 200 paintings will be there in Thai king's palace. Of course, their ancient city is called as Ayodhya. Hope you know. The same way in India too, you can see for Maharana Pratap Singh, Rama is the icon. For Veera Shivaji, about whom I was talking yesterday, Sri Ramachandra is the icon. Who left Rama? Even Chanakya talks about Ramayana in Arthashastra. And Samudragupta, or later, various other kings like Krishnadeva and Tamil kings. Sundara Pandian is called as Kaliyuga Rama. Okay. And Pandya kings generally, later Pandyas, they add the epithet Rama as suffix to their name. Varaguna Rama Pandian, like that. Chola kings, and their devotion to Rama, they believe that they belong to Rama's lineage. See, throughout, if you go to Thiruvananthapuram, you can see Ramayana sculptures in Ananthapadmanabha Swami Kovil temple, okay, which was built by the Thiruvananthapuram king. You see this Ramayana everywhere. Rama, the kings, the leaders of India saw as their icon, and up to our times. It did not, it's a living culture, we all know. It's a living culture. It is not dead. Even now, the voice of Rama is very great in India. Gandhiji knew that. That is why he took that voice. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. By that only he united the whole of nation. And that became a very big freedom movement. Okay. Such power this name has, his virtues have. Okay. So, normally people in India, also in several countries of Asia, they wish to reflect the virtues of Rama. And remember of another thing. Here the Prime Minister, probably before some 20, not 20, must be before some 7 years, I think. What is his name? No. David Cameron. In one of his talks, he said, I have a cutting, paper cutting, newspaper. Ramayana is a wonderful epic. Here we need such a kind of epic to guide, to establish the family values in England. The Prime Minister's statement. Okay. So, universally, people know what it is, what this Grantha is, what this text is. Okay. And if that is the case, if Rama is an ideal man, then the article should not come there as the. It should come as then only others can become Rama. Here the expectation is that others have to become Rama. Okay. Yeah, we can use the word yeah here. Next comes, can we take the word personality? In the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we have dealt with Godhead. We have dealt with the. Now let us deal with the personality, the word personality. Personality is a Latin word, normally, which is derived from a syntax persona. Okay. Persona means mask, not masjid. How that you understand mask? Okay, this mask. So personality is the one who is masking, who has mask. It can be right regarding Krishna because this masking is nothing but leela, play. In ISKCON's language, pastime. They call it as transcendental pastime. Okay, that's how they translate leela. He is leela purush. Krishna is leela purush. Therefore, the word personality can be rightly used. When we come to Ramachandra, what word we can use? Rather than this masking and all. Okay, what kind of word we can use? When I thought about it, probably the word character, I thought. Character is a Greek word, which means distinct mark. Okay. Generally, the word character is related to morality too. Correct? You have a saying in English, wonderful saying. When character is lost, everything is lost. There it is morality. It is related to morality, and the morality is related to Dharma. And Rama Vigraha and Dharma. Rama is the embodiment of Dharma. We can't use the word character. That also I thought. But later, I preferred some other word, being. Okay. Being, the word being can remove all adjuncts, all mass, and indicate the reality. Correct? So, this word personality can be replaced with being. This is what I feel with Rama. Because Rama, even though he played various roles and all, he always stands for the core truth. Satyameva Ishvaro Loke, Satyam Padmanashita Sada, Satyam Mulani Sarvani, Satyam Nasti Parampadam. Shankara Ramaji was telling about it. Morning. I asked, why did you name your daughter as Satya? He was telling in some Ramayana class, Vibholin class. The shloka was taught at that time, Satyameva Ishvaro Loke. So, I took that word Satya for my daughter, he said. And coincidentally, Ayodhya's another name is Satya. His elder brother, the elder son, okay, his name is Saket, which means Ayodhya. And the daughter's name is Satya, which also means Ayodhya. Coming back to the point, Satya, Satyameva Ishvaraha Loke. We all call Rama as God. But in this shloka, Rama calls Satyam as God. Satyameva Ishvaro Loke, Satyam Padmanashita Sada, Satyam Mulani Sarvani. Anything in the world which is meritorious is based on Satyam. There is nothing greater than Satyam, Rama says. So as the whole of the epic is standing for Satyam, see, why he gave up everything? We need to take this story seriously. It's not an entertainment. Why Rama gave up everything? Why he sacrificed at his prime age? He sacrificed the whole of kingdom and went to forest. Why? Simply for the sake of Satyam, truth. Such an importance he gives to the truth, Satyam. He gives that much of value to that. Lakshmi's Chandradabeyadva, even luster may get separated from moon. Himavanva, Himans Tejet, Himam Tejet. Even Himalayas may give up its snow. But Himam Tejet, Atiyat Sagaro Vedam, Pratigyanaham Vituhu. I will not give up the truth. This is what Rama says. When Ramachandra is giving such an importance to Satyam, it's better to use the word being. I think almost the word is friend. Yeah, being, what's that? Of mankind. What is the remaining? Supreme. Yeah, the word supreme is remaining. So, what can come to Rama regarding supreme? Now comes our topic. Supreme, you all know the meaning. Okay, the greatest, that is supreme. There is a wise saying, not above but around. Please understand this. Not above but around. So when it comes to Rama, the supreme represents above. Okay, exalts all. Nobody can touch it. That is supreme. But when it comes to Rama or Valmiki, I am not talking about Adhyatma Ramayana and all. When it comes to Rama or Valmiki, better you use the word holistic. Not above but around. Okay. Holistic. Holistic is a wonderful word. You can use that word. So, the whole epithet becomes complete. What's that? A holistic being of mankind. Correct? A holistic, like the supreme personality of Godhead. You have for Rama a holistic being for mankind, being of mankind. Okay. Why holistic? Because even in the beginning of the epic, you find all the qualities of an ideal man in Rama. Valmiki asked 16 questions. I want to know about a person who has all these 16 qualities. And Narada says that is Rama. Rama not only has these 16 qualities, but also has several other qualities. Narada describes 64 qualities of Rama. Valmiki asked only for 16 qualities, but Narada gives 64 qualities of Rama. 64 and etc. Not only 64. Please understand. Shishi Anna, Shishi Krishna Premi Swami, my father says, if someone asks about some quality, some virtue, he says, say simplicity, can it be found in Rama? Someone is asking. With closed eyes you can tell that yes, it's found in Rama. Then you can search for the quality in Valmiki's Ramayana, it will be found, he says. Okay, I experimented in two places. One place, BVM Global. Okay, there is a school named BVM Global in Chennai, where every week they conduct Ramayana class for the children. It's a very rare thing. To my knowledge, only 2 schools in the world conduct every day Ramayana classes, not every day, weekly once Ramayana classes. A school, BVM Global. Next school in Mount Madonna, yes. I have been there. in San Jose. You can't find even a single Indian child there in that school. Okay. And also the teachers are Americans. That school is teaching Ramayana once in a week. Okay, the school found in Mount Madonna. The school was established by a very great saint of India. His name is Haridas Swami. Not our Haridas, that is Tamil Nadu's Haridas Swami. This Haridas is a Ramanandi from Ayodhya. He went there to San Jose even before some great souls like Yogananda or Prabhupada. But he did not have a very great mission to spread Rama Bhakti. He went there just and he meditated he stayed there for several years. At that time he established this school. And all his disciples were Americans. Okay. All his disciples were Americans. They continue and they run the school up to our time. Very sincerely they are running and they have a Rama temple too there. Coincidentally, I went there to have a darshan of the Rama and they showed that school too. Anyhow, coming back to this BVM Global in Chennai, there were hundreds of children sitting in front of me and I was testing the statement of Sri Amma there. What's the statement? Both that you remember? If someone asks, is this quality found in Ramachandra? You just tell them yes and you will find it. Okay. So I asked these children, you tell me some quality, I will show you in Rama. Some 3 hours of talk happened. Okay. In which one by one the children started to give some human value. Like honesty, humbleness. And for some 15 to 20 minutes, I talk about honesty in Rama, humbleness in Rama, universal love in Rama, universal harmony in Rama. See, each quality we can take some 2 hours and talk. That's why I'm telling you, this is not an entertainment. The statement of Namalvar is not casual. Karpar, Iran, Viran, Illal, Matrum, Karpar. Any quality, you talk about it, you can found in Ramachandra. Okay. In 9th century, there was a dramatist named Murari. He wrote a drama. It's Anarkha Raghava. Okay. In 12th century, there was a dramatist named Jayadeva who wrote a drama, Prasanna Raghava. And in previous century, there was a very great poet in Andhra Pradesh. I think he is Vishwananda Satyanarayana Garu. Yes, Vishwanatha. Kavi Samrat Vishwanatha Satyanarayana. He won Jnanapith Award. He was in previous century and he was a very great devotee of Rama. He won that Jnanapith Award. This year, do you know who has won Jnanapith Award? Just before a week, the president gave Jnanapith Award to whom? He is also again a very great matchless Ramabhakta.
Brazilian.
That is one, yes. 2 persons got. Another one is Ramabhadracharya. Okay, he belongs to Chitrakoot. So this Jnanapith Award, Vishwanatha Satyanarayana Garu, he is called as Kavi Samrat in Andhra Pradesh. He wrote a book called Srimad Ramayana Kalpaka Vriksham. Okay. recently in the same Andhra Pradesh, some communists joined together to write a counter to this book, Ramayana Vishavriksham, like that. Okay. He wrote this Ramayana Kalpata Vriksham, a very famous book, very famous literature in Andhra Pradesh. There he asked a question in the very beginning. Why Ramayana again? This is a question asked by him. After asking this question, he is going on talking about so many things. I don't know much Telugu, but I am just reading. Okay. Maralindela Ramayanamu Vannachoyi Prapanchakamela Ela Vela. That's how it starts. Kavi Pratibalona Nundunu Kavya Gata Shatamsumulandu Tombadi Yaina Pallu Pratipaschimakamuna Rasamuvei Retro Goppadi Navakatha Drutichi Minchi. That's how it goes. He gives few things here for why Ramayana again. What he says is, nobody asks, they are these humans, they lead a family life. Nobody asks, we are getting bored with this family life. Why family life? In his time, nobody asked that. Before his century, this question did not come, therefore he says like that. Okay. Why family life? Nobody is asking. People continue with the family life. People have father, mother, so on and so forth. It's not getting bored. In the same way, Rama Katha need not get bored. It continues. And Ramayana is evergreen as family. And nobody is asking, why should we eat today? Yesterday I ate. That also he eats. Okay. And instead of creating a new story, taking some new insights from existing story is my passion. He says, not even a single story is new, concocted by Shakespeare. All his dramas deal with the existing stories. Correct? Same with Kalidasa. So he is standing in that line. These answers are given by Kavi Samrat Vishwanatha Garu. Then 9th century poet Murari. He in his drama in the beginning he asked this question. What he asked? Why again Ramayana? See, which means why again Ramayana? This question is existing in India for a millennium. Please understand. In previous century, someone is asking why again Ramayana. In 9th century, somebody asked why again Ramayana. Ramayana is very old. Why should we take now? This question is existing for a millennium. And before some 1500 years, Ramayana dramas were enacted in streets. Abhishek Nataka, Pratibha Nataka of Bhasa, they grew beyond 2000 years. Even before that, when you go through Harivamsha, have you heard of Harivamsha Purana? Very old literature. In that it is recorded in Dwaraka of Lord Krishna, Ramayana dramas were enacted. Which means Ramayana drama tradition is very old. Very old, very ancient. And so we must have got bored with that. I don't know how Shakespeare missed Ramayana. If you would have come to know Ramayana, if you would have read Ramayana, he would have created 3 or 4 dramas based on the Ramayana. Somehow he missed it, unfortunately. Okay. Now, this before some 2000 years or even before some 1000 years, Ramayana dramas were staged. The enaction happened in ancient languages like Sanskrita or Pali or Paisachi or Prakrit or our great Tamil. I think among the languages which I mentioned, Tamil is a living language. Okay. So that's the strength of Tamil. You need to understand. And long back, 1000 years back, the language was different. Ramayana was staged in Sanskrit. Nowadays, Ramayana is staged in now existing languages like Hindi. Okay, languages changed. Medium changed. And mode of communication changed. Long back it was staged in a drama theatre. Now it is coming in television and also in mobile. Okay. As serial. In previous century, I think in 1980s, when Ramayana came in as a serial in television, when Ramananda Sagar was shooting Ramayana, the whole India was wonderstruck. In railway stations, the trains have to stop. Because this is people's expectation. People have to stand there and see Ramayana in TVs. When this Ramayana is going on in television, there should not be any power cut. People get tensed. And this is how the whole thing. See, the devotion that people have towards the epic. Who brought this devotion? Who brought this? Did anybody propagate and tell, if you don't have this devotion, you will be eternally damned in hell? Is there any organized body to propagate Ramayana like this? Ramayana is always a people's epic. Rama is people's God. Nobody was propagating all these things. No promise of eternal hell for the disbelievers of Rama. It all is coming from the heart. That we need to understand. In that way, Rama is standing as a matchless hero in the nation of India for all these years. At least a minimum for 2 million. It's interesting. And drama, I was talking about drama, right? This Vishwanatha Satyananda Garu of previous century, 9th century playwright of the Murari, both of them asked the same question, why Ramayana again? That's our topic now. For which Murari answers, Yadi Kshundam Purvaihi Iti Jahati Ramasya Charitam Gunaihi Yetavabbihi Jahati Punaranyo Jayati Kahara Swamatmanam Tattat Guna Gariba Gambhira Maduras Puratvad Brahmanaha Katam Upakarishyanti Kavayaha. If the playwrights and the poets feel that Rama got exhausted, then who can be the hero who can replace Rama with his virtues? Again, the word virtue. Okay. If we think that the virtues of Rama are exhausted, then which virtue can come newly? And which virtuous person can replace Rama? Which means it is not impossible, it is quite impossible. Therefore, we the poets again and again go to Rama. That's the idea given by Murari. More than this Murari, a 12th century playwright, Jayadeva, his shloka is even simpler. It conveys a lot. He is bringing a beautiful dimension of Rama. It goes in this way. In the very first chapter of Jayadeva's Prasanna Raghava, Katham Punarami Kavayaha Sarve Ramachandrameva Varnayanti. Why all these poets are again and again singing about Rama? Nayam Kavinam Doshaha. This is not the flaw of poets, but this is the flaw of that gentleman. Who is the gentleman? Rama. Let me tell you about him. Sasukti nam patram ragutilakam kalayatam kavinam kodoshaha satu gunagananam avagunaha yedetaihi niseshaihi apara gunabuddhairiva jagati asau ekaha chakre satata sukha samvasa vasatihi satu gunagananam avagunaha. This is not the flaw with the poets, but it is the flaw of the virtues, he says. Flaw of the virtues. What is the flaw of the virtues? Virtues cannot coexist. This is the flaw of the virtues. And the virtues cannot exist as a joint family. If if one virtue is there, another virtue will not be there. Say, tolerance. If tolerance is there with the Dharmaputra, okay, then the great might that can be Bhimasena, but the tolerance of Dharmaputra cannot coexist with Bhimasena's might in Bhimasena. Bhima and Yudhishthira can coexist. That itself is a very great thing. Okay. Bhimasena cannot prove himself to be a man of tolerance and might. It cannot happen. Somebody may be a very good emotional person. His passion, his emotion can be excellent, but he will not be rational. He will be an idiot. He will not be intelligent. Another fellow is extremely intelligent. He doesn't have even a dot of emotion, iota of emotion, unfortunately. Because we see, this is different, that is different. Emotion is different. Intelligence is different. And might is different, right is different. Tolerance is different, bravery is different, courage is different. All these things cannot coexist. Trupti, contentment is different, hard work is different. Those who are contented may not be hard workers. Only discontentment can lead to hard work. These kinds of things we see in the society. These seemingly contradictory virtues or features, can they exist in a single person? Then only that person can be called as holistic person. Okay? Our topic is this today. Holistic. If we have to call someone as holistic, he should be an oxymoron. He should have the seemingly irreconcilable features in him. By the way, having irreconcilable features in a person should not lead him also to his madness. Okay, that also is there. He should be a normal person. Rama is a normal person who has seemingly contradictory things in him. Can I take some 10 more minutes? Is that okay? Say, let me give you some seemingly contradictory elements in Rama. In the forest, when he is in the hermitage of Agastya or Sarabanga Maharshi or Sutishna, or when you see him in front of his father, he is extremely humble, obedient, But when you see him in the battlefield, he is terrible and valorous. Thousands of warriors are standing around him in Dandakaranya, led by Khara and Dushana. He is waging war with them. Valmiki says, Pravaman Nivatan Shatana. Like the sun is emanating the rays, Rama emanates the arrows around. Okay. You see there a terrible Rama, a violent kind of Rama in the battlefield. If you go through these chapters, you can't imagine how can such a violent Rama be extremely humble in the ashram of Agastya or Sharavanga. These two things, they exist together in Rama. Another seemingly contradictory element. Valmiki says, Rakshita Jivalokasya Swajanasya cha Rakshita. Rama serves and guards the society in general. He guards his family too. See, one who works for society may not work for his family. One who works for family will definitely we have ample examples. Work for society. We see these kinds of people. Okay. But when it comes to Rama, Rama satisfies both his family and the society. Okay, the way in which he moves with his wife, or brothers, or parents, this can show you how an ideal person can move with family. Okay. The same way, when it comes to society, when he moves with his subjects or people, Vesaneshu Manushyana Brisham Bhavati Dukkitaha Utsaveshu Cha Sarveshu Piteva Pradushyati. He directly tackles the problem. He goes to the issue directly. Being a prince, he is not comfortably sitting in an AC room, not coming out. When he comes to know a problem somewhere in a market or somewhere in a public place, Valmiki says, Yada Vrajati Sangramam Gramarthe Nagarasyava Dattva Sauritrasakitaha Na Avijitya Nivartate. He goes there and stands. Without settling that problem, he doesn't returns Na Avijitya Nivartate. So, you can see here a social Rama. When he is taking care of his wife or talking to his brothers, you can see there a familial Rama. Both these two things are called as Abhyudaya in Sanskrit. Abhyudaya means development. Okay. A material kind of development. But this is one dimension of Dharma. Another dimension of Dharma is spiritual. In Sanskrit it is called as Nishreyasa. This, what I am talking about is Dharma's definition. Yataha Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Siddhis Dharma. Dharma is that through which Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa can get accomplished. Dharma is that through which a social upliftment and spiritual welfare can get accomplished. This is the definition of Dharma in our Shastra. And you see that spiritual welfare also in him. At any cost, he never gives up any spiritual discipline in him. Everyday meditation, everyday morning, evening prayer. Without failure, he does it. Not only that, throughout his life, in any circumstance, he never gives up his fundamental peace, that equipoise. He maintains that equilibrium, that fundamental peace. He is always into it. He is always into his Swarupa, this core peace. This is spirituality. Okay. Krishna talks about this in the Gita when Arjuna is asking who is spiritual. Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha. Krishna is not talking in a mystic way. Krishna doesn't mystify here. But he clearly says to whom the Sukha, Dukkha, Labha, Nashta, Jaya, Apajaya, in all these dualities and the mutations, who remains in peace is spiritual. That spiritual dimension, this is self-actualization, you can see in Ramachandra. Okay. The next oxymoron of Rama. Rama Vidwan Kaha Kas Samarthascha. Rama is a Vidwan and Rama is also Samartha. Vidwan means intelligent. Samartha means capable. Intelligent may not be capable. Yeah. He may be very great, intelligent, but he may not, if you ask him to act, if you ask him to work, in action he cannot do it. He may build some house in sky, that's all, in his imagination. Talking various high concepts. In action he may not prove. But Rama is a man of action. And also he proves himself to be a very great intellect. Even in intelligence, there are two kinds of intelligence. One, textbook knowledge. Another one, observing nature as it is and deriving the insights. Rama has both, Valmiki says. And both you can see in the life of Rama, how he implies all these things in the life of Rama. There are contexts in his life where he quotes from scripture, text. And there are some contexts in his life where he derives the insight. Okay. And beautifully it is expressed in the 18th chapter of Yuddhakanda, Shrutavana Atmanisthitam. After a long discussion with his ministers in Yuddhakanda, of course this chapter comes in Aganandu also. Perhaps one of the oldest Sangam literature texts of Tamil. The same Ghattam, same Prakaranam comes there in Aganandu. How in the bank of the ocean Rama resolves discussing with ministers. Here in the context of Valmiki Ramayana, the word Shrutavana Atmanisthitam comes. Shrutavana means whatever he heard from elders, all those things are within him. But when it comes to resolution, he takes from Atmanisthitam, he takes it from his soul. Atmanisthitam. So both the things are helping. Whatever is heard, whatever is in soul, that whatever is in soul has to get expressed through the elders' sayings which he got. That's a beautiful thing. Such intelligence you can see in Rama, and with that intelligence, Rama is emotional too. Okay. Some people may be very great intellects, they may not be capable. Rama is capable too. Rama is capable of doing so many things. We see that in the epic. Like Sena Nayar Sharadaha, how he manages the crowd, and how he marshals the army, how he takes the army from, in modern language we have to tell like this, from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu, from Kishkinda to Ramasetu, from Kishkinda to Tirupallani and Rameswaram. How he takes such a huge army, how he plans for that, how he executes. All these things are given in a very detailed manner in the epic. Epic is not very small. You know, Gaspar Horatio says, Greek epics, Iliad and Odyssey. Okay, in quantity, Iliad plus Odyssey into 2 is equal to Ramayana. It is purely about quantity. Such a huge epic we have. And this epic is older than Iliad and Odyssey. We need to remember. Such an antiquity we belong to. See the richness of our culture. We need not run after others at all. Such richness we have. Okay, please understand it. We have such a guiding epic with us. Okay, so emotion. Rama's emotions. Now let us come to that capability I was talking about. Rama's emotions, like when if Kausalya goes to the heights of misery, if she faints, at the same time his brother Lakshmana goes to the heights of rage, he remains as balanced and he balances both the angry brother and the sad Kausalya, sad mother. The way he consoles Sita, the way he manages Kaikeyi, and the way he counsels Bharata, these are all, we can talk a lot. The whole of the year we can talk about the qualities of Rama. Okay. Such a kind of emotional intelligence he has. These two seem to be contradictory, emotion and rational. Ramachandra is emotional as well as rational. Intelligence and capability, they appear to be contradictory. Rama is a great intellect, also he is able. This oxymoron we see with him. And regarding another oxymoron, there are so many oxymorons I have written. Let me talk about two more oxymorons here. One, in Rama, Valmiki himself used this oxymoron. Aryaha sarva samaschaiva sadaika priyadarshana. Aryaha. Okay. This is not Hitler's Aryan. The word Aryan in Valmiki Ramayana, please don't take it to be a race and all. The word Aryan is identified with the race only for last 200 years by some Western scholars. Okay. They only called it as a race, and they themselves admit, I'm sorry, it may not be a race. Do you know whom I'm talking about? Maxwell. Yeah. For the first time, he is the one who called it as a race, and later he changed. All these things happened with the word Aryan, and that led to this Second World War and the Holocaust of Sambandhame illa. Aryan word is Sanskrit word, that is Indian word. Adukku Germany ke enna sambandham theriyala. Just by having this jargon, your fellow ran the whole of World War, killing millions of Jews. Jargons can make anything in the world. Another word we have the same way. What's that? Dravidian. If you go to Sanskrit dictionary, actually these two words are Sanskrit words for your information. They are not connected at all. Indeed, these two words are never connected. If you go to Sanskrit dictionary, Aryan means noble, that's all. Dravidian means a South Indian. Again, this has nothing to do with race. Okay. Dravidian means South Indian, that's all. And even in the Dravida regions, Pancha Dravida they say, 5 Dravida regions, normally those who are noble were called as Arya. From the word Arya only this Prakrit and Tamil Ayyan came. Ayyan, Ayyar. Ayyar may be associated with some caste. That too only in modern Tamil. When you go to ancient Tamil, Ayyar has no association with any caste. Please understand. Ayyar again means noble, that's all. Okay, when you go to Tulgapi Mandal. And Ayyan again is noble or lord or sire. Ayyappan. For Dharma Shastra we use the word Ayyappan. Okay. Anyhow, coming back to the point. Because let me make it clear. Valmiki uses the word Arya, immediately we will jump to the conclusion this is race Aryan. We can't tell like that. See, the modern concoctors, am I right? Okay, modern concoctors, they are trying to make Rama Aryan, Ravana Dravidian, But in Valmiki's Ramayana and several places, Ravana is called as an Aryan. Yeah. Aryaputre Divadinyaha. Mandodari calls Ravana as Aryaputra. And Ravana, in his ministry, while he is talking, he says, Mantra Moolam Hi Vijayam. I am having this ministry, some counseling is needed, because only planning leads to victory. This is how Aryans say. Prabhu Arya Manasvinaha. See the usage of the word Aryan in Valmiki's Ramayana. Okay. Now, those who translate the word, if Aryan comes in Valmiki's Ramayana or in the Veda, I think 4 or 5 places only it has come. The word Aryan. Okay. And the word driven never comes in Veda. So, when you go to the Veda or this Ramayana, whenever the word Aryan comes, some scholars try to translate the word Aryan into praise, but the same scholars, when it comes to Buddha, when Buddha is talking about Arya Satyam, they translate as noble truth. You might have heard of 8 noble truths, 4 noble truths. Arya Satyam of Buddha. I don't know why there it should give the real meaning. They should translate in real sense. Why it is not translated in real sense when it comes to Valmiki's Ramayana. And this is the conspiracy or hidden agenda we should understand. To divide and rule. Okay. Coming back to the point, Arya means noble, Arya means culture. When in Ramayana, this beautiful expression is that Arya Sarva Samastaiva. Here in this context, Arya means the one who is highly cultured, disciplined, practicing strictly the Vedic rituals. Rama is a strict practitioner of Vedic rituals. He never compromises his disciplines. He never compromises his Vedic rituals. This is Arya. The next word, Sarva Samaha. What we may expect from the strict practitioner of Vedic rituals. He may not mingle with the people. This is what we expect. Okay. He may not talk to others. He may not mingle easily. He will be moody type. This is what the people may expect. But here is a beautiful expression in Valmiki's Ramayana, Aryaha Sarva Samaha. Aryaha means a strict practitioner of Vedic rituals, highly cultured. Sarva Samaha means one who maintains equality, or one who is equal to all. Sarva Samaschaiva. And Sadaika Priyadarsanaha, one who sees all the beings with the eye of love. Sadaika Priyadarsanaha. That's how Valmiki says. This is again seemingly contradictory. You see, when you go in the path of meticulous rituals, without your own knowledge, you may get trapped under. You may cut yourself from others and you may become an island. But Rama maintains meticulous rituals as well as he is going with the people with true affection. There are some people who, if they go in the path of true affection, they may lose disciplines. Rama is a man of discipline as well as affection. That's a beautiful expression by Valmiki here. Arya Sarva Samaschaiva. When Rama is sent to forest, he is extremely happy in forest, in solitude, with the rishis and the tribals there. When he is in the city, there also he is extremely happy with the people around, in an urbanized place. There also with the people he works and he enjoys the people also. These two dimensions of Rama, again seemingly contradictory elements. On one hand, human relations, on the other hand, ekanta, solitude. Both Ramayana. Some people may enjoy solitude, may not enjoy the crowd. Some people may enjoy the crowd, may not enjoy solitude. But Rama has these two dimensions. So I think with this we can conclude. So these are the seemingly contradictory elements which we can see in Rama, and therefore he is holistic. And how these elements can be synthesized is a very important question. See, if you don't establish a synthesis of these seemingly contradictory elements, then the lecture is not complete. Synthesis is none other than nothing but Dharma. If you have to perform Dharma, if it is possible, only when you are in solitude, then you have to adopt that ekanta, that solitudeness. And you can perform Dharma only when you are in a crowd. If a situation comes like that, then Rama adopts that sociability. Okay. In another situation, only if you show valor and wrath, you can establish Dharma. Then Rama shows rage. Rama becomes wrathful. In another situation, only through humbleness, if you can practice Dharma or secure Dharma, then Rama adopts humbleness, humility. In one situation, he establishes Dharma. When he is with family, he establishes Dharma through family. When he is in society, he establishes Dharma through society. So in this way, all seemingly contradictory elements are reconciled through the fundamental basis, that is Dharma. So Rama is a holistic being of mankind. Jai Sitaram. Dhanyavad.
Jai Shri Ram. I think each one of us are truly blessed to be here today and to hear about Rama's holistic personality from Dr. Ramanji himself. A lifetime is not enough for us to hear about Rama's qualities, but I think at least the 1.5 hours has been absolutely incredible. Very quick couple of words about the Yatra, the UK Ramayana Satsanga that Dr. Ramanji is here for with his family. They are here only for 2 weeks and we are doing this Ramayana Satsanga across England at various places on various topics. I would like to take a moment to thank Shankarji and his entire team. I know how much of work has gone behind this to get you all together here today. So first of all, I would like to thank all of them. And I would like to thank the Rajeswary Temple. Whenever we want to host any satsang, they are always ready, available for us to do these dharmic activities here. Very brief mention about Benevolent Trust. I'm sure there was an introduction to Dr. Ramanji. So they run a Gurukulam. So there is a Veda Pathashala for boys, and there is also a Gurukulam for girls and boys with modern and traditional education. A lot of these children come from very underprivileged background. They've also recently started Valmiki College of Vedic Wisdom, affiliated to Karnataka Sanskrit University, offering courses in yogic science and Vedanta. The other pillar of the work that's done by Benevolent Trust is the research element. So they organize and conduct a lot of research in Veda and Ramayana related topics. The third pillar, as I would think about it, is the contribution back to community. So they run Ramayana classes across the world in various time zones. So we have classes in UK time zones as well. How can you get involved? How can we carry on this satsanga that we got today? You can join any of the classes which are free. Make sure our children join the classes. I know most of us would have migrated from India and our parents brought us up with all these satsang and values. but we know how things are here for our children. So it's really important as parents to make sure that we give them as much possibility and opportunity for them to learn our culture and the rich tradition that we come from, so they can also follow the path of Dharma. Maharaj does not demand any money to come and do these things. He's doing it out of his passion to spread Dharma and to share Ramayana with everybody. As you can understand, to run these activities in the trust, any donations are very welcome. You can pay in cash. We have UK bank account which we can consolidate and send it back to the Dharma activities of Relevant Trust. You can either contact me, I'll be around for some time. I'm from Oxford, my name is Sweta, or you can contact Shankarji as well for more details about how you can donate. Thank you very much, Sita.
Thank you, Shwetaji. Uwe Sri Raghavanji is there with us. I'd like him to say a few words.
कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्. It is indeed our great honor to be in the presence of Dr. Ranganji. It's proved that he is a chip of the old block, which is Sri Sri Krishna Prem Maharaj. Those who have listened to Annaji, you will know that Dr. Ranganji carries a lot of his dear father's qualities. And just like you will all see that screen has fallen, Swami has uncovered the greatness of Ramayana. It calls for a guru. Why Ramayana for so many generations? That's what Guruji told. We should not forget the contribution of great sadhus and saints and Gurujis. Without them, Srimad Ramayana, we should doubt whether it will be alive today. The thing is, they have spent their entire lives living like what Valmiki would have done. There is a sloka in Mangala Slokam, which says, Valmiki Giri Sambhuta Rama Sagara Gamini Punati Bhavanam Punyam Ramayana Mahanam. If you want to go through Srimad Ramayana, you should become Valmiki. Just like he swam in the ocean of Srimad Ramayana, which has 24,000 slokas. Each slokam is a ratnam. Today, the very first time you read 10 slokas, you will get 45,000 doubts. But the way to do it is, you should do tapasya like Valmiki. Why? Because as Swamiji told, there are so many seemingly contradictory gunas which cannot simply exist in one person. For today, if somebody does computer programming in 5 seconds or solves the Rubik cube, right? We pray to them as God. Think of why we call Sri Ramachandra as God. There are so many unachievable gunas. Right? If you do tapasya, maybe we can perfect ourselves in one guna, maybe to 30%. But for somebody to have so many gunas, you will yourself say Rama is none other than God. That is the perfection with which Lord Ramachandra has lived his life. And I'm reminded of one padam of the Balakanda Slokam, Yashasvi Jnana Sampanna Shuchir Vasya Samadhiman. That kind of summarizes the the gunas, the great gunas, and how Swamiji beautifully said the synthesis is through Dharma. What is the Dharma Sri Ramachandra had is the last word called Samadhiman. He was able to balance, although he had the mind on the one hand, to be Vashyaha, that is to be under the control of somebody else. Tasya Vashikaranam Tat Charanavate Eva iti Shastravakyam. How do you ensure that Lord Ramachandra is always with you? You have to surrender to him. That is something he loves. That's what it says. And he was a Vashya to his parents, to his brothers, to everybody. So what happens is when we go through Srimad Ramayana, we get into those molds, those moods, And as Swamiji, I just wrote it down, which is, I should not forget it, a holistic being of mankind. So it really is a great statement in the sense that one has to go through not just Sundarakandam when we get into trouble, but the whole of Srimad Ramayana, because that is a true ocean where Mahalakshmi herself resides. And Srimad. In fact, Lord Ramachandra himself says, Atmanam Manusham Manye. I myself treat myself as a human being only. When somebody says, there are only 2 or 3 places where, it says that he is Godhead or not. One such place is the Agni Pariksha. Sometimes I think Agni Pariksha was conducted just to ensure God's discipline tell who he is. That is one place where they say you are Mahavishnu yourself. So that's another way to look at it. I think the least that I got from this lecture is to dive deeper into Srimad Ramayana. I think that is the biggest message that we get. Just like James Webb telescope, we have all heard about it, right? It's one of the $10 billion telescope. What is its purpose? Billions of light years away, there is something happening. It reflects it back to Earth. That is the job that Guruji do for us. Things which are very, very far away, to make it accessible to Pamarargal. Vishayata Varnam Mudinaka, we need a Guru. So we should be really thankful to Dr. Ranganji for having visited us. And may we all be motivated to listen to Srimad Ramayana, because even that Nadam, Sunvan, Ramakatha Nadam, Ko Nayati Parangati, just listening to the Dhvani of Srimad Ramayana, one can attain greatness. So that is the power of Srimad Ramayana. So with these words, I will really like to thank Dr. Ranganji and the patience with which you all listened to it. That is also motivating. So let us continue this attachment to Dharma, which will get rid us of all attachments. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Raghavanji. And I'd like to take this opportunity to ask Sri Krishna to honor and along with him, and perhaps say a few words.
Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Rajeswary Amman. So, Saint Agastya Muni brought Ganga Mata to the world. I've got to thank Chimya Mission, Christian Ji and Shankar Ji for bringing Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, and quoting Anna all the way through. We've had a journey of 18 months, emotional, all the challenges of Lord Rama, and they brought it here to Stoneleigh and Satsang. That journey was truly wonderful. So we want to first honor Ananji and say thank you to Ananji. Shankarji has brought, honestly, Ramayana, and he loves Sri Anna's quoting Anna all the way through, took us on this journey. So Shankarji, come. And I want to thank Chimya Mission again, and Christian Ji, Swetha Ji, for organizing all this, and we're continuing to learn by starting the Mahabharata in the summer. So we're looking forward to continuing our journey of learning. Yes,
Thank you all for coming over. It was 1.5 hours just passed away like a jiffy. Certainly that was my experience, and I'm sure that's the experience of most of you all as well. Like Krishnanji mentioned, we have been having Sri Ramayana sessions I don't want to call them classes, they are learning sessions. We are learning, myself, Krishnan, both of us are learning, along with all the listeners as well. We've been having it over the past 1 year. We very recently completed this, the Pattabhishekam coincidentally happened exactly on the day of Sri Ramayana. And next year, starting September, we wish to also discuss Sri Mahabharatam and learn in the process. So encourage you all to be a part of this learning session as much as possible. Thank you so much for making it here. I definitely run short of words to convey our gratitude to Sri Anna. If anybody is interested in listening more of Anna, we have Anna's channels, YouTube channel. We will share the link. Anna's going to be here in UK for a few more days. Anna is heading over to Amersham tomorrow, and then to Chelmsford, and then to Colchester. So there are a few more programs coming up. If anybody is interested in being a part of these programs, we have the flyers with the details. We will share them with you all. You are more than welcome to be a part of those programs as well. Jai Sri Ram, the Prashadam would be served there, and request you all to take the Prashadam. And thank you so much again for being part of this. Jai Sri Ram. Jai Sri Ram.